feel like going back home?
Do I feel like going back home?
Yeah.
Why?
We're going back to the land of Stefan the Great.
Yes! Okay, sounds good. I think we are in the potato capital of Romania.
Seems like it.
Potatoes and corn.
Yeah.
Corn for the mamaliga, potatoes for
The
eating.
kartofi.
Kartofi, of course.
Kartofi is potato in Romania.
Oh, no, what's French fries? Kartofi
Uh,
frite.
Si. Oh,
Si.
duh.
Da.
Did you fart?
Did I fart? It's the manure, Ivana.
Really?
Yes!
Wasn't you?
Ivana, it's a farming town. Another great day on the Romanian road trip. Now guys, wait till you see this accommodation we have discovered. It's 12 very unique full houses that are made to be something like 2,000 years old. This one is really cool. But first things first, big shout out to our new friend Bogdan, who brought us to a lovely restaurant actually, where we had 10 pounds of meat on top of a 10-foot map. Let's go! So we had a really nice lunch with our friend, and he's brought this map for us and gave us a big list of things to do in the Moldova region of Romania. We are really excited for this, and big shout out to Bogdan. The food was good and the company was even better. I will say this, what's the etiquette on eating meat in a fancy restaurant? Because typically you should not eat meat with a fork and knife because you waste the juices, but in a fancy restaurant it feels funny with the fingers going right to the mouth. So I did my best to obey the meat rules while still looking the part of a fancy restaurant. I will say we enjoyed a beer which was actually made in the restaurant, which was pretty nice actually.
Locally brewed.
Locally brewed right behind the bar.
Right.
And it was very, very nice. Big shout out to Bogdan. A bunch of good information coming for our Moldova part of Romania road trip starting now. But without further ado, let's check out this accommodation, which is called Valley of the 12. So the idea is there's 12 different units here, and they are all made to look like they're something like 2,000 years old, because there was remains discovered in this part of Moldova that predate Jesus, something like 2,050 years old. So what could be better than a pleasantly plump night right at the front door?
Valley of the 12.
Valley of the 12, because there's 12 units and they're all 2,000 years old because of the history of this part of Romania. We would not have discovered this place if not for Bogdan, our friend. So I will say this, if you overstay your checkout, they hang you right here. That's one of the rules.
You better be.
It's checkout at noon, and if you stay too long, you're finished. But obviously not. But shout out to Bogdan, because this whole property here is something very cool. So as you can see, the buildings around us start to take shape. You'll notice not your typical Romanian architecture, but more like something out of a fairy tale. They've even built what looks to be a handmade pond here, and you can see little doors in the background and cool rooftops.
Like a hobbit town.
It looks like a hobbit town. It looks like, I hate to say this, but it just, what I would describe it as, like a movie set. Like someone's made some sort of fairy tale movie set where they've got these funny houses that are almost too picturesque to be real. It's like they're built for the purpose of photo and video. We do have some people in the sauna over here. I will give them their privacy, only fair. But our room is just right here in front of the sauna and the hot tub. And I think you guys will be really impressed with this. So, as you can see, first things first, where is it? It's underground, obviously. You can see the chimney here. This is our fireplace. But let's go check this out. One of the most unique accommodations we've seen.
Go ahead, Steve.
You want to go? Okay, camera first. Sure. cameras before beauty. So we're gonna go underground here. We're gonna duck down, and now we are tucked away. And I wish we had smell-o-vision, because it smells like really fresh campfire.
Yeah.
It smells like oak or something, some really nice wood, like incense. And we've got our little tucked away cabin. Dude, what a place!
So cute.
What a place!
By the way, it's a bit dark in here because there is no electricity. We are meant to live like we're here 2,000 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think my understanding is the area out front has electricity and Wi-Fi and everything,
Yeah.
where there's a restaurant and everybody can chill.
Yeah.
But our actual room is gonna be no electricity, and I guess sort of like a retreat.
Yeah. They
Now,
have candles.
they have candles, which is
Can
very
lit
cool.
up some candles tonight.
Very
Steve.
cool. And you can imagine when you're lying in bed here, you're looking out the skylight, which is pretty cool because it's got some stained glass action on it. And this is like ground level. So we are way underground. Bro, what a cool accommodation. I really didn't know what to expect when I heard about this place, but the way they've designed it, this is second bedroom. The way they've designed it, very good. And they even pre-built a fire for us. So it's nice and warm in here. We've got like beds made out of wood, walls made out of clay. We've got wood supports on an underground 2-bedroom unit with fireplace.
It's honestly quite cozy in here.
Yeah!
It's kind of cozy.
I think it's really cozy. I think it's really cool. I'm glad to be here. What's on here? Oh, storage.
Yeah, I mean.
I thought this was a fireplace to heat the bed. No,
kinda
this
like
would be
an
a
earth
this would be a
house.
fire hazard. It's like an earth house.
Yeah.
And it seems like what's amazing is every other unit is built in a different way, which takes a lot of design. I got like
Yeah.
all these different units.
Yeah, its unique is very unique.
Shout out to Bogdan. Now, Ivana and I are gonna settle in and get comfortable. What do you got there?
We can light up a match. Light up our candle.
Light some candles.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine that. A candle lit
For tonight.
candle lit underground.
Do you have a? Oh, I got my cell phone. I was worried about lights, but we're okay. We have candles. Come on.
Ivana, the whole point is to be one with nature, and you
Yes,
don't need
true,
lights.
True.
Anyway, Ivana and I are going to settle in, and then tomorrow we'll take you on a proper tour here, maybe show you some other rooms, as well as nearby here there's a village.
Yeah.
So we'll go to the village, and we will get our classic JetLag Warriors shenanigans happening. But
Right.
really, seriously, shout out to Bogdan. We had an amazing drive this morning, and then lunch with Bogdan was great. It's already a great road trip video, and it's only just beginning.
Yeah.
Boom! Okay, see you tomorrow, and we'll tour this accommodation. Later, skaters.
Okay, bedtime, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Steve is already snoring there.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Listen, guys, I want to be clear. It's almost October. It's late September. It is not cold in here, okay?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cozy and warm.
When you see a room like this, you might think it's too cold to be nice. You might think it looks good but doesn't feel good. Let me tell you, looks good and feels good.
Yeah.
No socks required when sleeping, okay?
Sucks. No lamp required. No lights, just from the candle.
Comes with extra wood.
Cool.
Good.
Good night, everybody. See you in the morning. Night, night.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. First things first. Let me tell you, when you blow the candles out in this little below ground house at nighttime, it's pitch black, and it's really quite nice to be in because no electricity, no Wi-Fi, pitch black with a little skylight to watch the stars. Very nice place to sleep. Ivana and I quite enjoyed ourselves. Now, here is the wood-powered hot tub, as well as the sauna over here, which is pretty cool. Yesterday there were some people here in their bathing suits, and that's why I didn't want to show you. Figured we'll give them their privacy. Now, There's a whole bunch of other places, but unfortunately this is fully booked right now. So I can't show you the inside of any of them. Although look how cool it is. I think they've actually burnt and or put some tar on the roof to make it look black. And another one over here. I guess they're all sort of underground, but all totally different. I would guess the inside is all different too. That's why I wanted to show you some of them. But I mean, cool place to stay. Really neat accommodation. And so we learned that this big building over here that looks sort of like a tree stump is actually the showers and bathrooms, which everybody shares, because naturally there are no showers and bathroom in your unit. But this is sort of the nature of this accommodation. It's like a retreat almost. So this is your bathroom, and then this is the really cool tavern where I think Ivana is just finishing uploading one of our videos. There's the lovely Ivana there, hard at work. I do the editing and she does the thumbnailing. How often do you get to say, shout out to dragons, man? Actually, maybe not. Dragons kill people. Shout out to the knight in shining armor who slays the dragon, man. Also wanted to show you this. Probably the best corner design of any tavern, bar, restaurant I've ever seen. This is a fake book, but it's got this really incredible 3D effect. Over here it says, please subscribe to JetLag Warriors in Old English. And so there you have it. Ivana, what was your experience in the no Wi-Fi, no electricity, underground retreat?
Very nice, actually. I had a very comfortable sleep last night. It was very cozy.
I will say Ivana slept for a new record 11.5 hours.
No way.
Yes.
No way. Breakfast was also very good this morning.
Oh, breakfast was so good.
Yeah.
Is it true that the Moldova region of Romania has the best cheese in all of Romania? I'm not sure if it's true or not, but this morning the cheese was so good. Ooh, that was some good cheese. And I will say, last night we had a couple glasses of wine because Moldova has the famous wine.
Right.
So there's actually wine all behind you. And I will say, pleasantly surprised by Bogdans' choice and quite liked this accommodation. Was a unique experience.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice. I like it.
Okay, today our goal is to go to a castle.
Yes.
I thought it was a village, but it's a castle.
A castle.
Let's go check out a castle and see if we can go on an adventure. Bogdan has got us set up, and now we can go for hopefully a eventful adventure. Let's go. All right, so to be clear, the castle is absolutely smushed up inside, but that did not stop Ivana from getting her groove on to an old gramophone. So the story goes like this. In the 40s, after World War II, the Russian army totally gutted the castle. But a castle does not have to be fancy for it to be very interesting. Now, I'm not sure what differentiates a castle from a mansion, but this particular castle was built in the 1880s by a rich couple who only had one daughter, and their daughter ended up becoming a nun. So eventually they donated it to the church, and it became sort of empty after World War II, although it's massive and it's got a very interesting history with a very good tour guide named Sebastian.
Yes, that's right.
Who took us through every room and told us everything about the first ever castle we've seen in Moldavia. Is it true?
I think so.
I don't think we've seen another castle in Moldavia.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, in 10 years, when we have 10 kids, we can come back because the restoration project will be done in 10 years, he said.
Oh, yes, yes. I thought you said we'll build our own castle.
Even better, Ivana. But it would be nice to come back in 10 years. It would be kind of amazing because we can compare what they're doing now to what will be finished in the end. First ever castle experience in Moldavia. A little bit of everything on our first 2 days in Moldavia. Holy cow. This is no joke. So here we are at the Citadel. We just came way up the hike. And it looks like we got this really cool bridge to climb up. Something straight out of Lord of the Rings. All right.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's more than kind of cool. It's really cool.
Let's check it out.
Let's go. Yo, talk about anticipation building to explore this citadel. Love the bridge out front.
Cool.
Love the bridge out front. We've got to be quick math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
This has got to be 40, no, 30, no, 25 meters. This bridge in the sky. 25 meters.
This is cool, man.
20 meters, 60 feet.
Wow.
Anyway, my understanding of the word citadel is citadel means more or less, it means fortified church. So we've been to fortresses and we've been to walled cities, and now we're going to a citadel. Sort of all similar, but my understanding is this is a church that they fortified. It's kind of part place of worship and part fortress. That's my understanding. Now, this particular citadel was built in the 13 and 1400s, and naturally it played a key role in Stefan cel Mare, aka Stephen the Great, aka not me. I know you guys think I'm Stephen the Great. I'm actually known as Stephen the Talkative. But it played a key role in his defense of Moldavia, which makes sense because Stephen the Great is sort of like Mr. Moldavia himself. So what's great about these citadels is they're quite often built on the high point for defense purposes, and so works great for a viewpoint in modern times. No need for cannonballs in defense, but definitely need for good looking viewpoints. So I am super excited to explore this, and actually I've lost Ivana. So let's go find Ivana and then find some history here in Niemt Citadel. Definitely would be my #1 favorite school trip if I was a young student. Seems like there are many school groups here because a bunch of little kids and teachers rather than parents. Pretty good school trip, no?
Yeah.
Pretty good school trip. Now, in classic Romanian fashion, anywhere you're allowed to throw money, you do it. So there's some money going down right now. This, I believe, would be more like a well. There was one out front that was more like maybe a dungeon or some kind of, and again, full of money. Now, there's some really nice signboards, which is really good, because it turns out Stefan cel Mare was the warrior one. He was a military commander too, but he also was sort of like an architect. So he would have designed this place. To be clear, it was built before he was around, but he would have fortified it and added onto it to give it the shape it has now. So it really goes to show you, the guys in the 1400s, 1500s, they really did a bit of everything. Because I think cel Mare was like king, politician, he was like warrior, military leader, and he's also designing the fortress with the incredible fortifications it has today. So really putting the great in Stephen the Great. This particular fortress has got 4 bastions on the outside, which Stefan cel Mare would have designed, as well as he would have raised it way up and said, we need to get high, baby. So shout out to Stefan cel Mare. I will say, from one Stephen the Great to one Stephen the Talkative. I'm tired already. Oh my gosh, imagine you have to fight for your life in here. Just getting to the fortress, I'm already spent. I'm already like, oh, I lost the war. Woo. But naturally, a really nice viewpoint over here. And tons of people out and about getting their Instagram photos, getting their school trip stuff. Just nice. Nowadays, we can look at this view with peace and serenity. I think before when they were looking here, they were seeing like shields and spears and the army.
Enemies are coming.
And they were thinking, yo.
Wait, do they have guns?
I don't think so. 1400s. There you go.
Bow and arrow?
Got it.
Oh.
Also, this is why, in my guess, it's a fortified church. Because probably half the guys are fighting, half the guys are praying. And then you switch every 12 hours.
Alright.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It makes sense to fortify the place of worship because when you're fighting for your life, you're saying your prayers. All right, there you have it, guys. Niemt Citadel, must see.
Yes.
Absolutely
yes.
must see in Moldavia.
Oh my
so I would
goodness.
say a little bit of everything on our first trip to Moldavia.
Yes.
First day back in Moldavia, I should say.
A little bit of
everything.
We cannot wait to explore more.
Cannot wait to explore
we
more.
were here last year to visit a famous monastery, Voronet.
Oh,
Monastery,
Voronezh. That's
the
where you
blue-
bought this shirt.
Blue monastery, and I got this beautiful.
I'm sure we'll see some more monasteries.
Yeah,
When
the
you
land
think
of monastery.
Moldavia, you think of monasteries.
The land of monastery and Stefan Chelmar.
Stefan Chelmar. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.
Wow.
Shout out to the wind here. Perfect, no? I believe I could fly. I believe I could touch the sky.